Yo, Bill, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Now, chat was never taken away. What's up, A Cobra? What's up, Coffee Girl? So glad Coffee Girl has rejoined me on YouTube. I mean, all of y'all. I mean, hell, I can't think of, like I was saying yesterday, someone who's been with me longer. I think maybe Bill Clayton has been with us forever. Yeah, because they're censoring all of us. That's partly why I wanted to come on. I'm gonna be not fully, I've decided not fully, but I'm gonna be leaving YouTube, number one, because it's really starting to suck the way that they're Error 505 or error garbage, but they're censoring Alex Jones, they're censoring Tracy Beans, they're censoring David Seaman, they're censoring Destroying the Illusion, they're censoring all of my favorite channels, and there was a big hit last Friday. I talked about this yesterday. There was a big hit last Friday. They took down like 8 or 9 channels in like one friggin' day. And I think the only one who came back was Alex Jones, because I think he sued them immediately. But he has the money to do that. I do not, and they do not. But that's what's going on. So there's another application out there. I suggest that you guys get it. It's free. It works on PC. It works on iPhone. The format is a little bit different. It's called Twitch.tv, and they don't censor their audience. That's where I watch Gorf now on Friday nights. It's a great application. It's cool looking. The text is all blue and, you know, it's like dark and it's awesome. So I suggest you guys look into Twitch, because I'll probably slowly convert over there. And then I'll do, you know, only my conspiracy stuff over there. And then in the spring, I'm going to do my, my cooking videos and fishing videos. Those will still be up on YouTube. But eventually all of my, you know, conspiracy stuff is going to move over to Twitch.tv. So if you're not familiar, check it out. But yeah, I just want to applaud Coffee Girl. Old school. Been with us since the beginning, since the RSBN days. And now she comes to my channel. Boom. Plus she's hot, so that's good. Wouldn't matter if she was or wasn't, but you know, I'm just saying. Alright, so I'm just curious as to what you guys are following. I'm sure everybody is following, obviously, the ongoing situation in Florida. There is some weirdness going on, so I'm right now, I'm exactly where I usually am with these situations. I'm 50-50. And then within the 50-50, there's a 50-50, alright? So it was either a wind-up toy allowed to happen event in order, you know, the Florida shooting. It was either a wind-up toy allowed to happen event, which basically means planned. That's just my code language for planned. You know, because if the FBI and whatever other agencies knows that somebody is going to do something horrible and they don't do anything about it, that's the same thing as planning it. Why am I pissing away viewers right now? This is good stuff. Oh well, whatever. Thanks for whoever's still here. I went from 11 to 4 in like 30 seconds. That never usually happens. So yeah, either they knew it was going to happen and let it happen in order to further the gun control agenda, or it really did happen and they didn't know somehow, despite all of their, you know, well-documented phoned-in alerts about that little fucking piece of garbage. And they kind of egged him on to do it. So at this point, I'm at that, it's one of the two. It's one of the two. That's where I am on the Florida situation. Curious as to what you guys think. Curious as to what you guys think. Because there is no more middle ground. I mean, we live in a frickin' 1984 style police state, even now, under Trump. I was listening to a radio show earlier, and the host, yeah, Kev Chat agrees. Bill Clayton, Archie, what up? We love Archie. Archie's been with me as long as Coffee Girl has been. Kev Chat agrees. Ouchie. Bill Clayton says, it seems like it was allowed to happen with all the red flags going unchecked. Well, that's the point. That's the point. With all those red flags, they were obviously checked. All right? The FBI knows how many follicles of hair I have in my head. All right? They know my blood type. And not just me, all of you as well. They know, and when I say FBI, I should just say the umbrella agencies. The umbrella agencies, okay? The umbrella agencies. You know, the Illuminati, surveillance state, New World Order control system. They know how many hair follicles I have in my frickin' left eyebrow. And if I lose one, they hear about it, somehow. You know? And that's obviously an exaggeration, but it's pretty damn close to being real. You know, to being how our reality is currently constituted. All right? So, they knew what this kid was going to do. He had Facebook photos of himself holding up guns and making posts on Facebook saying that I'm going to... Not me. Nicholas Cruz. Not me. I'm not saying this. I'm saying this is what Nicholas Little Faggot Cruz said. All right? For all the trolls out there. Not me saying this, just quoting court-documented records, okay, about Nicholas Cruz, all right? Him saying that he was going to, you know, be a famous school shooter. And posting pictures of himself with all kinds of awesome-looking firearms. You know, not a firearm owner myself. I will be one day, legally, you know, for self-preservation and protection of life and property. But, you know, they knew. They knew. So maybe they dropped the ball. Maybe they dropped the ball. But if you guys follow my stuff, and if you've been watching me for a long time, you kind of know how I think at this point. You kind of know how my brain works a little bit in terms of analysis. And, you know, I'm somebody who, at bare minimum, you know, whenever these situations happen, I admit I'm biased. I start at 51% conspiracy, 49% accident or fuck up. I start at 51% and then I work my way up. And if I debunk something right away, I begin at 49% and work my way down. That's just the way that I'm constituted after 17 years of hardcore research. So with that open, I'd like to take your questions and comments. Yeah, so that's a good place to start again. I got something in my eye. Fuck. Oh, why does this always happen? Alright, that's better. Alright, so I'll start back with Bill Clayton. Seems like it was allowed to happen. It was allowed to happen. With all the red flags going unchecked. Well, as I said in my previous response, they were checked. They knew what was going on. Kev Chat says agree. Coffee Girl says hello to Archie. Kev Chat says ouchie. Howdy, Kev Chat. Says ouchie. Coffee Girl says, Bill, I agree. Kev Chat says they knew. I mean, you guys are smart people. Kev Chat says, Coffee Girl heart. Hi, Kev Chat. Kev Chat says, drop the ball after 39 times they had to approach him. I don't know what IDTS means. Let me try. Don't tell me. Let me try to figure that out. IDTS. Yeah, I don't know what that acronym means. IDTS? Sounds like a medical condition. FBI knows what's in the eye. Correct. Yes, the New World Order lit. This is from Dick Rendell, who has joined us, by the way. What's up, homie? Dick Rendell espouses, yes, the New World Order let it happen to further their agenda. Yeah, that's where I come from. Kev Chat says, I don't think so. All right, that's cool. This is an open conversation here, folks. It's an open conversation. See, I knew Sandy Hook was fucking weird right when it happened, right? Because I started, obviously, doing research immediately. I started doing research, being a researcher, being a conspiracy researcher. I started doing research right away, and I started looking in, obviously, you start with the perpetrator. You start with the perpetrator. So I started looking into Adam Lanza, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This person never existed. So no one died at Sandy Hook. And that's a separate conversation. If you want to debate me on that, that's totally fine. And then they had all the weird press conferences with people like Wayne Carver. What a name for the coroner. Wayne Carver acting like a fucking weirdo in his press conference, laughing and making snickety comments and, you know, jokes out of the side of his mouth and stuff, and just being a fucking weirdo. Just being a fucking weirdo. H. Wayne Carver. That fucking weirdo piece of shit. The Sandy Hook coroner. And I knew that that story was bullshit right away. This one is not bullshit. It's just, was it a mistake? You know, a miss? Or was it allowed to happen? It's only one of the two, and both are completely unacceptable. Both are completely let me change that. Not completely unacceptable. They're equally unacceptable. Or let me just put the two words together. Both are completely and equally unacceptable. Whether this kid fell through the cracks and it happened, or whether they put him up to the job through one way or another, some ways and means, both are completely and equally unacceptable. Coffee Girl says, MAGA, make America great again. Zyga Magicus has joined us. What's up? I'm reading back. Dick Rendell says, I think they've moved on from staging fake events to causing them. I agree. That's where I come from. Kev Chat says, Wolfgang Halbig on Sandy Hook. Yes, his 16 questions. Why can't they answer the 16 questions, folks? Why can nobody answer Wolfgang Halbig's 16 questions? What's going on here, folks? What is this? Wolfgang Halbig. Look him up. Wolfgang, like Wolfgang Puck, Halbig, H-A-L-B-I-G. He had 16 questions for the investigation into Sandy Hook. No one has been able to answer them. Well, I have. It's a crock of shit, is what it is. Yeah, I heard Dick Rendell, because it follows the protocol. I heard that they're going to demolish the school, right? They always demolish the school. That's a little weird, huh? They're going to Building 7 that shit down in Florida. I heard that. And it's announced before the investigation is even complete. We're going to demolish the building before the investigation is complete, because we're following our protocol. Okay. That, to me, sounds totally normal. So if a convenience store gets robbed, God forbid, and God forbid the cashier or whatever is, you know, harmed in some way, do they go and they demolish the convenience store? What's going on here, folks? See, all I do now is I no longer make statements, is I ask questions. I've learned, number one, that keeps the trolls at bay. Almost like bug spray to mosquitoes. And number two, it forces my audience to, at least if you're watching me, you know, if you guys watch my live stream, you have to trust my opinion at least 51%. This is, after all, an opinion show. And I try to say that every show. And if I forgot to mention it, this is an opinion-based show. I'm not telling you guys what to think. I'm not telling you how to think, all right? But I think what's most important is that what my show does is it gets you guys to ask your own questions and go do your own research, all right? Never listen to a word I say. But I encourage you to go do your own research and ask your own questions and come to your own conclusions. That's the whole point. I just make it maybe a little bit more comfortable in an area that's very uncomfortable. You know, mass shootings, 9/11, fucking Sandy, all that. I think I just maybe I give you guys that 0.1%, a little bit more confidence to really go off and do your own research, especially if you disagree with me. Especially if you disagree with me. Because if you guys just agreed with me all the time, and other researchers, if you just agreed all the time, you're never going to go off and do your own research. And the only way that people ever really come to an intellectual slash academic slash, you know, spiritual understanding of anything that happens in the human sphere of influence, if you don't go off and learn it for yourself on your own, it's never going to fully set in. So that's what my show's all about. And I want that to be very, very clear. All right? This is not an opinion show. All right? This show is all about getting everybody, give them a kick in the ass. You go do the work. You go think for yourself. Comb through the facts. And then if you find that I'm completely incorrect, you come back to me and you say, yo, dude, you were totally wrong about this. And I have had dozens of retractions over the years. I've been doing this stuff for like 2.5 years now. Not always under this YouTube handle. But I find this is the most effective way to communicate information, is to ask questions. The audience goes off and you guys do your own research, come to your own individual conclusions, make your own individual determinations, and then come back, you know, and we talk about it. So I think it's good. Oh yeah, the cooking show is gonna fucking kick ass. Kev Chat says asbestos-filled buildings. Yeah, asbestos needs to go. Let's just call it a think tank. I don't like the term think tank because they use it too much in deep state stuff. They use it too much in deep state stuff. Let's call it a consortium. James Miller's joined us. Hello, sir. How are you? Or I assume you're a sir, James. There's a lot of trannies floating around there these days. Floating around out there. Just kidding, obviously. Just kidding, obviously. No trans. I don't care what people do in the bedroom. I really... With all the stuff that I pay attention to, the last thing I care about is what someone... If you want to cut off your whatever and make it into a whatever, go right on ahead. I'll still buy you a Mai Tai at the Chinese restaurant. I don't care, as long as you're cool. And as long as you're not a psychotic fucking liberal. I don't even care if you're a liberal. I'll still buy you a Mai Tai at the Chinese restaurant. Just not one of those crazy left-wing Elizabeth Warren. You think I would ever buy Elizabeth Warren? who, you know, works in my state, you think I would ever buy Elizabeth Warren a Mai Tai and a side order of chicken fingers? Hell fucking no. I would go, hey, Elizabeth, do you smoke cigarettes? And she would go, no, because that's what she sounds like. Or no, let me try an Elizabeth. I've never done an Elizabeth Warren. Hold on. No. And I would go, okay, well, I'm going to go grab a smoke. Why don't you come outside with me anyway? And would go outside the Chinese restaurant. I don't know why I'm inventing this stuff right now. I guess I'm just trying to be entertaining rather than talking about all this dark shit, right? And I would go, so Elizabeth Warren, what is your fucking problem with President Trump? And she would go, because President Trump is, and she would fizzle out like a fucking non-working Christmas tree light. That woman is a disgrace. And her haircut is a disgrace. That I can tell you right now. That was a little bit of a tangent, huh? Oh, Lady Lion's here somewhere. My self-declared internet girlfriend. That doesn't exist in reality. Well, she's here somewhere. Mop hair, yeah. Who the fuck gets their haircut like that? Elizabeth Warren and Hillary Clinton. Oh, figuratively speaking, I would love to mop the floor with Elizabeth Warren. Just like, more soap, please. More soap, please. Oh, fuck, it's a wig, and then my floor is destroyed. Mop her up. Mop her up. You mop your floor with Elizabeth Warren's hair, and all of a sudden, your entire place just smells like cat piss and fear. And hatred. What's that Foo Fighters song for Elizabeth Warren? What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not like the other one? Of your faith, you're the pretender. What if I say I will never surrender? I love that song. Yo, CF, what up? Yeah, Pocahontas. Oh, I'm Native American because here's what I hate about Elizabeth Warren. Maybe she's inside, she's a nice person, all right? And you guys all know that I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a conspiratarian or conspiratorian, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's a term I invented for myself. That's my party, all right? And I think I'm the only member. Maybe some of you guys are honorary members, right? I'm a conspiratorian. All right. I am the chief executive. I am the CEO of the Conspiratorian political party. Okay. You know, maybe Elizabeth Warren is a nice person inside. And yes, I just made fun of her hair in a very juvenile fashion. Right. But just the hatred coming from her mouth against our duly elected president. Hey, Elizabeth Warren, he won. He won the election. He won the election. Respect the fucking president of the United States, goddammit. That's why I don't like you. And then you come on with this shrill voice. You come on with this shrill voice and your Hillary-ass looking pantsuits and lecture me that I'm bad because I voted for the duly elected president of the United States who won the entire country. You know, at least in a sizable majority. How disrespectful is that? He won. You piece of shit. What are you doing? All right? I'm sure Elizabeth Warren is a very, very nice woman. I'm sure she's a very, very nice woman in person. You know, but I really don't get it. I mean, she is attack dog number one out of all of them. She is attack dog number one out of all of them. And it really, really makes me sick because he's the duly elected president of the fucking United States. If you don't like him, vote him out in 4 years. I'll be voting for him again in 4 years if he runs. I'll be voting for him again in 4 years if he runs. Unless he really fucks up. And he has plenty of time to fuck up. All right? He has plenty of time to really screw up. All right? But I'll be voting for Trump again in 4 years. Donald J. Trump, the 45th duly elected president of the United States. Elizabeth Warren, what's your frickin' problem? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yes, I voted myself, speaking only for myself. I voted for Obama in 2008 because I was 23 and I bought into the whole, and yes, I voted for him in part because, the first black president, and I was caught up in all that. I was actually in Philadelphia, a primarily African-American city, staying at a friend's place. And we did a little blow, and we, smoked some pot and drank a bunch of beers, and I was like, yeah, Trump won. And I saw all the, largely black people running down the street, like literally with their hands in the air. And it was very emotional for me. It was a very, very nice experience to see that happen. And then it turned out, I actually, despite what some of you guys think, I don't think Obama is inherently evil. I think he was just a bad president. I think he was put in by the globalists and just basically did whatever they said. I don't think he's inherently a bad person. That's just my opinion. You guys can have your opinions. I know some of you have extraordinarily strong opinions on the man. I am a birther like Trump. Do I believe he was born in America? No, I do not. Do I believe his wife is a, man shell, is a female? No, I do not. Too much proof. You look at the jaw, the biceps, the bulge, the body shape, the, all the weird hair, all that. That's a man, baby. That's a man, all right? So there's a lot of weirdness going on there, but I inherently do not think Barack Obama is a bad person. And you know what's so cool about Barack Obama is he gave us Donald Trump. He gave us Donald Trump. So, in a way, I kind of like him in that way. If you're going to be that bad, he gave us Trump. So, there's a measure, at least for me, there's an angstrom of forgiveness there. It's like, well, you fucked up real bad, dude, so you got us a great president who's going to be one of the greatest presidents in history, in my opinion. So, thank you, Obama. I'll take it. All right, that was another mini rant, and with that, I'll go back and I'll read your questions. Oh, Blackie, a.k.a. Alec, is back. What's up, homie? Thanks for coming back. Very cool. We love Blackie. Blackie's basically my partner in crime at this point. Unofficial, no official affiliation between Alec and myself, but we're, I think, at least internet compadres. And I'm going to be flying out to Austria, and we're going to have some Wiener Schnitzel and giant beers that are 42 gallons big in mugs that are so large they're size of garbage can. Yeah, I know Dick Rendell, but all right, so Dick Rendell says what I believe, which is Obama was groomed for 50 years to destroy America by Zbigniew Brzezinski, I might add. You're right. I'm just trying to not alienate too much of my audience, all right? But Dick Rendell is absolutely correct. No way, Purple Kush is here? Where the fuck is Purple Kush? Hey, JB liked and Toker J is back. No shit. Dude, this is a celebrity-filled fucking chat right now. Right now. Yes, he was selected, not elected. That's to my neighbor. That beep was to my neighbor. Oh, yeah. And I love how Dick phrases that. All you have to look at is its fingers. He doesn't say her fingers or his fingers. He says its fingers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Just take a bath in the beer. Well, Coffee Girl says, Dick Rendell, yes, I've watched interviews of Trump from many years ago. Very interesting interviews. They are very interesting, but what's most important about the early Trump interviews is that he's been saying the exact same thing for like 35, 40 years, you know? So when America elected him, it's like we knew exactly what we were getting. And he's doing what he said he was going to do. And he's been saying the same thing for 35, 40 years. That's the difference between a businessman and a politician. Politicians will say anything to fucking get elected. Politicians will say anything to fucking get elected. Donald Trump does not do that. Donald Trump is following up on what he's been literally talking, you know, with some exceptions, of course. When you make a strong statement like that, any self-respecting critic could come back at me, you know, and say, well, he was this here and this there. And I'm going to go, okay, that's tiny little points on a pyramid. All right? You know, of course, folks change. Of course, things, you know, evolve with time. Right? Such as his views on abortion. Okay? That's the greatest example of that, period. You know, anybody can pick out little things. You could watch a video of me 6 months ago, and somebody could pick out something that contradicts maybe something I'm saying right now. It could happen. We're only fucking human, okay? KevChat says, I believe he is trying, but the swamp is deep. Well, I won't say what I really just thought, but I'll say this. The swamp is either going to lose, or we're going to lose our president. And you take that however you want. That's the only way I will phrase that. The swamp is either going to lose, at least for a period of time, or we're going to lose our president. Take that however you want. It's not up to me what your mind does with that sentence that I just said. I see the cat, but I don't know what that other thing is. Like I said, KevChat, you guys, I'm being as ambiguous as possible. Either we're going to win, or we're going to lose our president. One way or, you know, take that any way you want. Oh, news and cats. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the title of the live stream. News and cats. I don't really put a lot of thought or effort. See, I'm such a fan of our president, I've even developed his New York accent. That's happened to me my entire life. People who influence me, people who I am influenced by, It's because of the Asperger's, autism, all that crap. It's a product of that. I've always tended to adopt the way that people, like certain dialects and stuff. So I used to say thought, but now I say thought, like Trump does. And it just happened organically. It's not like a conscious decision. But now I say thought instead of thought. Isn't that weird? A little bit strange. Coffee Girl clap. I got that one, J-Dog. I got that one. Coffee Girl. J-Dog says, JB, I say thought like that too. Well, yeah, but I know when my words change, and it's not just Trump, it's anyone I've ever been influenced by. I tend to, because I consider myself a very articulate speaker. I've always been somebody who cares about words and verbiage and the usage of letters and proper vowels, etc., etc. But I also know when I'm externally influenced, and I am totally externally influenced by Trump. I say thought now instead of thought. Thought. Another O-U-G-H word that Trump used during the acceptance speech after the election was, and I called Secretary Clinton on a very hard-fought campaign. So now I say fought. Almost sounds like fort. Yo, Purple Kush, where's your fucking music channel, man? I love that stuff. I love that stuff. And none of your streamers ever came over to my channel. You know, Lori, Crabtree, etc., etc. Yeah, New York accent. And I congratulated her on a very hard-fought campaign. Who the fuck talks like that? Donald J. Trump. Hey, Anthony, what's up, homie? Anthony Gorton is in the house. Oh, is Harmony in the house? Harmony was gonna be on David Seaman Live. David Seaman, who was banned from YouTube. What a disgrace. My favorite Pizzagate researcher, David Seaman, was banned from YouTube. Banned. What a disgrace. I can ask here to stop by. JB, sorry, I cannot hear you. Why did YouTube ban David Seaman? Because he exposed Pizzagate. Because he exposed Pizzagate. If there's one name that's attached to exposing Pizzagate, it's David Seaman. Can everybody else hear me? Why can't Purple Kush hear me? I hear you. All right. So that's got to be a problem on your end, homie. Kush, that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else. Well, I drink during my live streams, so I can't remember everyone, KevChat. Sorry. James, can you hear me? Kev chat, can you hear me? Yo, peace out, coffee girl. Thanks for coming back. I hear you. Yeah, that's got Kush. That's got to be a. What I would do is whatever device you are using to watch this live stream is I would shut it down. I'm gonna be on for at least another 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna take a nap. So I would shut down your device, turn it back on, and re-upload, and that's all I can say because everybody else apparently can hear me. Oh, Harmony is, well, you guys are all obviously welcome here, but especially Harmony. She's like a freaking celebrity. She's been on David Seaman's show. David Seaman's a freaking hero of mine. It's kind of weird being a 33-year-old having someone a couple years younger than me being one of my heroes, but he really is. He hit Pizzagate with a fucking sledgehammer, and he got banned for it. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. I have 17 watching. I think David Seaman topped out at his highest points at like 2,000. That's not a small number, folks. That's not a small number. Hey, does anybody have any inroads to David Seaman? Can they get him to interview me live? That would be awesome. Yo, what up, Harmony? You're the same Harmony that's been on David Seaman, right? Or is there a different Harmony? I'm just curious. Oh, it's a different Harmony. Okay. No, I was just curious. Doesn't lessen you at all. I was just curious. So welcome, Harmony, to the live stream. I'm only going to do about 12 more minutes, and then I'm going to cut it. Because, yo, Blackie, are you going on at 6:30? Oh, cool. All right, so everybody stick around. I'll miss the beginning of Alec's show because I have to take at least a quick 10-minute nap. Just, I got to lay down. But I'll certainly catch the rest. All right, so here's something breaking. All right, so everyone make sure that you stick around for Alec at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you stick around for Alec Whittier, a.k.a. Blackie Fitzpatrick, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I got to read this. Anthony says, JB, heard on chat that there's going to be an ice cream gate. Same as pizza, but ice cream parlor. Have you heard anything? No. I have not heard a single thing. Would it surprise me? No, not one bit. There's a bunch of fucking pedophiles running rampant in the country, in the government, running businesses, etc., etc. Pizzagate is real. Pizzagate is real. And I hope Ice Cream Gate comes out. If Ice Cream Gate is real, I hope it comes out. As dark as that sounds, and as, you know, horrible as it is, I hope it comes out. Bring it on, man. My emotions are so dead at this point, I can handle almost any conspiracy that would come out. Dick Rundell says Rothschilds. I can't even say. I start salivating when I hear the last name Rothschilds. I just like, not salivating because it's like delicious. It's like I just have to spit. Fuck the Rothschilds. Fuck the Rothschilds. Fuck the Illuminati and fuck the Rothschilds. These pieces of human filth. These pieces of human filth. Or subhuman filth, I should say. So Dick Rundell says the Rothschilds just sold one of their pedophile retreats in Germany. I missed that one. That's what you guys are here for. I'm here to inform you, but also you're here to inform me. It's 50-50, folks. Or 51-49, I guess, because I have the floor. Expose all the sickos, correct. And all of us have bad thoughts from time to time, and all of us have bad, intentions, I guess, from time to time, and all of us have negative or even evil thoughts from time to time, but, we're civilized. We don't act on them. But these motherfuckers have zero impulse control. They're total psychopaths. And they're the filth of the earth, and they need to be prosecuted with fair trials, arrested and prosecuted with fair trials, and they need to be put in prison, period. Not asking for vigilante justice, none of that garbage. Niet. Niet. As the Russians would say, niet. Black Forest in southern Germany. Oh, yeah, I know all about that, Dick Rundell. That's where they do the... I don't know all about it, but that's where they do the human hunting exercises. Am I right? Yes, and other things. All right, so I know what Dick's talking about. Alec, Tony, Dick, James, JB, yo, says having a beer. That almost reads like it should be Tom, Dick, and Harry. But instead, it's Alec, Tony, Dick, and James. James Miller, please delete that comment if you don't mind. The one about the genitals, if you don't mind. I agree with you, but I can't have that on my chat because that implies violence, and I can't have that on my chat. I agree with you, but please delete that comment. James Miller, please delete that comment. Because that implies violence, and I cannot have that on my channel. As sick as they are, I can't have that on my channel. Alright, I'm going to delete it for you. Gone. I took care of it, man. Don't worry about it. I agree with you. But I can't have that on my live stream because that could be implied as violent intent. And then what's going to happen is some fucking troll out there is going to screenshot that and they're going to use it against me, saying that I'm harboring violent people, and I can't have that. So I had to remove it. You got it, man. No problem. And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. You know, but can't have that. I wish I didn't have to censor. I wish YouTube was now what it was 2 years ago. But no longer can I allow that stuff. It's only based in self-preservation. It's not because I disagree with you folks. I know all of your personalities. I know all y'all are cool. I know everyone's cool. And by the way, to the trolls, I just want to say right now, this is a live stream. I want to say to you folks right now, all of my audience is peaceful. All of my audience are very loving, caring human beings. You know, sometimes in a raucous political discussion, things are said. And, you know, as the channel owner, I monitor that stuff. All right? My friends say nothing wrong. But I'm making an effort to basically not allow you fucking liberal Nazi weirdos to get away with 1 inch against me or anybody else. All right? I've become very astute. At what's allowed and what's not allowed on YouTube, which is why this stream is not going to be on YouTube very much longer. We're going to a much more free speech friendly zone called twitch.tv. So, Mr. Miller, don't feel like you did anything wrong. You did not. I would have said something worse than what you said. Something way worse. Way worse. But I gotta protect myself. That's all I can say. That I can tell you right now. Zygo and Tread's here. Tread never did nothing. Well, no, I can tell you what Tread did. Tread had some fun with his caps lock. Thank you, James, for understanding. Thank you. Yes, beers. I'm gonna take a quick nap, like a 10-minute nap, and then I'm gonna go buy some beers, and I'm gonna watch the Blackie Fitzpatrick show. Who's gonna watch Blackie Fitzpatrick in 5 minutes? Press 1. Blackie Fitzpatrick live. 1. Blackie's gonna watch his own fucking show. Well, you have no choice, right? It's fucking funny. Cool, so my whole audience, yeah. We basically have a, it's kind of like, I don't know, what's a good analogy that wouldn't be offensive to anybody? It's kind of like divorce. I mean, we're friends, but it really is. It's kind of like divorced visitation rights. Because none of you guys live stream. By the way, all of you guys should be live streaming. All of you guys should be live streaming. And it's kind of like trading like weekend visitation rights in a divorce or something. It's like, Oh, so you're going to be at Blackie's now? Okay, well, we were at, you know, JB's, and we're going to be at Blackie's. Bill Clayton says, I can't get my camera on my iPad 2 to go live for video just for the title pick. Weird. Well, it wasn't easy for me to start, that I can tell you, but now it's very easy. This is at Bill Clayton. Do you have a mobile device? Do you have a smartphone? That's at Bill Clayton. And Bill, you better answer quick because Blackie's going live in 30 seconds. No smartphone, just the iPad. Well, what I would do is, what does the iPad work off of? Is it Safari? I destroyed my laptop camera, paranoid. I don't blame you, man. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because Blackie's going to take over, thank God, because I have to piss and go buy some fucking beer. So we're going to sign off in 5, 4, 3, later Kev chat, 2, 1. All right, I'll see y'all over at Blackie Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. Alec Whittier Live. I'll see you guys there. Peace.